Dems pop their dentures when Schiff finally gets censored. And so the House condemns the lies of the man with the zombie eyes. Last night, the House voted on party lines to censure Adam Schiff for promoting the Trump-Russia collusion hoax, which was as believable as Brian Kilmeade getting fan mail. 2 for 2. Schiff becomes only the 26th member ever to be censured, but to his credit, he's still the only member to have a 12-inch neck. Yeah, what'd you think I was going to say? Being censored, which is basically an official serious scolding, is a punishment just below being expelled from Congress. But when Speaker McCarthy made the announcement, Democrats did what they do best, mindlessly scream hysterical nonsense.
The resolution adopted. Without objection, the motion to consider is laid on the table. House will be in order. The House will be in order. I have all night.
I have all night. If I had a nickel for every time Stuart Varney told me that. But Dems wouldn't shut up. For a party named after democracy itself, they do sure hate it when people vote on stuff. But he did have to go to the front of the chamber, known as the well. Think of it as like, you know, like a walk of shame, and not the kind I did this morning leaving Hemmer's place. I only had one shoe. To discuss this further, we go to the man himself. An audience, no booing. We are a respectful show here. Please welcome Congressman Schiff. How are you?
Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you. Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Gutfeld.
So, Congressman, I got to ask, how did it feel to have your ass chewed out like that in front of your colleagues?
Oh, well, I will say this, Mr. Gutfeld. It feels wonderful. I was just listening to my colleagues chanting, shame, shame, shame. It's music to my ears. Yesterday's hearings, I had so much fun. I'm back, baby. Pretty soon I'll have my high-back chairman's chair again.
I don't understand. You're happy I didn't realize you were, don't you realize that you were censored by a majority in Congress?
Yes! Isn't it wonderful? I'm very pro-censorship. Censorship. Oh my, that's hard to say. The point is, the cameras are on me again, and this time I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
That's very strange, and I'm troubled by this. Even though I know it's not real, I'm bothered. Finally, Congressman, you're running for an open U.S. Senate seat in California. What's your message to voters who might be skeptical of your agenda?
I think you mean my agenda. That's how I say it now. I like the hard G, because that's what I'll do. Do you like impeachment? That's my agenda. Vote for me and I'll do it agenda. And I have one man to thank for all of this. The Orange Man himself. If you excuse me, I'm going to go celebrate with a glass of wine and some Trump steaks. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Shame, shame, shame. Shame on you.
Thank you, Congressman Schiff. All right. Paul, does this mean anything?
Nobody in America knows what censored means.
Right.
Nobody really knows that much about the implications of the entire thing. So no, I don't think it means a whole lot. And he's playing, he's playing into it. But, he's going to get his reward here. He's likely going to get that big seat, the Senate seat in California, because he's been their attack dog, knows where a lot of the bodies are buried. They got to take care of him. He does look like he was goosed with a cattle prod, but that doesn't seem to bother anybody. And, he's going to be around. We better get used to that. The guy looks like a praying mantis. I'm looking for the antenna.
It is one of the oddest looking people on the planet, and I guess he makes it work, Tyrus. But
does he?
But isn't it? I don't want to get mad about this because he's such a joke. But the fact that he isn't going to be really get any punishment at all.
Yeah, it's like, don't do it again punishment from your mom when she knows I'm gonna do it again.
Yes.
But I guess she didn't feel like giving me a spanking tonight. I mean, he's gonna use this as a campaign tool. Mm-hmm. And it goes back to that the point in that creepy interview that we just watched. The point that he was making was, all this is doing is putting me back in the limelight. It's opening up his platform. It's going to get him more donors and going to give him a better shot to get that seat that he so wants. And that's the problem. That's the problem we have in this country. As long as it's not happening to my side of the street, I don't care what's going on the other side. But eventually it all comes around. And that's where people, wrong is wrong. And we need to get back to that. What this man did is he led a quiet coup with no facts and disrupted the country for basically all of 4 years of President Trump's term, nonstop. So that, to me, should bother everybody, not just somebody. But this is the time we live in right now. It's really disappointing that a censorship which a lot of previous senators would have resigned over.
Yeah.
This guy's trying to get a promotion.
Yeah, that's incredible.
There's a problem with that.
Yeah, you know, Kat, maybe the punishment is that he has to be trapped in the life of Adam Schiff. That his I don't know if he has any, does he have family or friends? I don't know. He doesn't seem like he would.
Yeah, I don't think he's bothered by it. I think, again, I do agree. I think that he just loves to be on TV again. And when you kind of set it up as he has, that all Republicans are evil, horrible people, being censured by evil, horrible people, he sees as a win. And like Tyra said, everything is just based on whether something's bad or good. Is it on my side? Then it's good. And if it's on the other side, then it's bad. Even though this was very clearly objectively bad.
Yeah.
And he wasted money that every taxpayer, the government spends their money, and everyone should be mad. It should be so easy to be mad, but we're so far gone at this point that people can't get mad at somebody if they're on their own side.
What say you, Julie? Have you ever been censored?
Yes, but it starts with the S-E-N-S-O-R-E-D. That happens on this show almost every time I'm on.
Exactly.
But no, I've never been censured. But I have to say, you know, as the former chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, this is really disturbing because he had a duty to deliver the truth to the American people, okay? And what he did instead was he lied to the American people. He told the American people that there was actual evidence of Russian collusion. And the majority of America actually believed it.
Right.
People that voted for Biden basically believed it. So not only did he hamper that election, but we got all stiffed by Schiff. I mean, that's essentially what happened. And then the guy, first of all, zero accountability in Washington. He's a living proof for it. And then not only that, he was ordered to pay $16 million, which would have only covered half of the costs that we paid for a special investigator Mueller. I know you're shocked that I know all these facts.
I'm amazed.
You look a little
I
disturbed.
forgot. You're on the hard news side.
So we spent over $30 million getting a special investigator, Robert Mueller. We spent all this money. And where does that money go? There's no accountability whatsoever. And now he's going to run for Senate?
It's incredible.
It's
disgusting.
I've never been more pissed off by getting stiffed by anybody.
There she is.
I'm back.
Yes, wow. Whew, I was going, what happened?
I know
to
the report
Harris?
came out. I know.
What happened?
Just bleep that whole part out.
Yes.
You know the facts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move on. Up next, they called her precocious, but her predictions were atrocious.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.